Hi, 8th graders. Getting into a little bit of surface area today. So it's something, yeah, something that basically you haven't seen a ton of, but something that will be beneficial. Um, for tomorrow, you'll have a test, which will have this on there. Don't be afraid to use the formulas, because as an algebra student, I probably would have gave you the formulas. So don't be afraid to look at them a little bit or something. Um, you'll also have your investigation. I think I put 6 through 11 for you to work on. Give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Not too worried about the investigations. I just want you guys to read them. That's why I give you credit on this. Anyway, lesson 100. Look at us go. Surface area of a right pyramid and the cones. Use the slanted height. So objective will be to use the slanted height of a pyramid and a cone to calculate their surface areas and their lateral surface areas. And I'm wondering if you'll have to ever find the slanted height. We learned how to do that last week by basically cutting it down and making it a right angle, and then finding the hypotenuse of your right angle down the middle. So we've done it. It's not anything we can't do, but I think today they pretty well give us that. Okay. Um, Moving on. Formulas: area of a triangle face, length of the side of a base times the slant height divided by 2. Then you have lateral surface area equals 4 times the length of the base. X base times S over 2. Perimeter equals PXS, or perimeter equals perimeter times your sides divided by 2. So that's just kind of saying what it's equal to. The lateral surface area of a right triangle is the lateral surface area is what AS is. So the lateral surface area equals P, which is the perimeter of the base, times S, which is the slant height, divided by 2. Or you could do 1/2 times P times S. You'll get the same answer. Anyway, with that being said, on this object here, we have a pyramid, a little bit different kind of pyramid because you're looking at the base and you have one hexagonal pyramid. Find the lateral surface area of a right pyramid with the slants of 10C and a regular hexagonal base with sides 5 centimeters each. So each side here is 5 centimeters. That's the first thing I'm going to look at. Okay. With that being said, now, what is lateral surface area? Does anyone remember what lateral surface area is? The lateral surface area of an object is an area of all the sides of the object excluding the area of the base and the top. Well, think about it. We got a pyramid today, so we're not going to have really a top, so it's just going to be the bottom. So, let's start figuring out what the area of a triangular face would be? Well, we got 5. We're told that the slanted height is 10 centimeters. So we'd have 5 times 10 divided by 2. That's just finding the area of this triangle. Okay. So we have 5, 10, so that's 50 over 2, which equals 25. Right? Okay. So one of those equals 25 times that by 6, because we have 6 sides. 6 times 25 equals 150, because 4 would equal 100. And then we got 2 left, so that'd be 50. Okay. So that should get our total deal. The other way you could come up with the same exact answer is if you use lateral surface area, which would give you your perimeter of your base. Well, you have 6 sides, and they're 5 centimeters, so that'd be 30. 30 times 6 over... Oh, no. 30 times 10, because you're looking at the slanted height, which should get you 300 over 2 equals 150. Either of these work, whether you want to do it the long way or you want to use the shortcut. Shortcut depends on the formula. On the test, if you're not really looking to look at a formula, I would probably use the basic thing right there. Now, this lesson's pretty short. We just got now cones. We're going to do the same thing with them. So, that being said, formulas for cones. Lateral surface area. Circumference times the slanted center, or slanted height, my bad, divided by 2. You can either have that, or you can have the lateral surface area equals 2 times pi times your slanted height, and I think I forgot to say times radius, divided by 2. Everything divided by 2. Okay? So, and then it also says lateral surface area of a right cone equals your lateral surface area equals pi times r times s. And I feel like that still should be divided. No, it isn't. Huh. I was going to say I thought that'd be divided by 2 and I made a mistake, but it is not. So, once again, there's probably a couple different ways you can find this. Let's start with that first formula. You have 2 times pi. Okay. And then after that, you have times radius. Well, my radius in this case, well, if this is all 10, then it'd be 5, right? Okay. And then you would take that times slant height. Yes. Times slant height, which is 13, divide that by 2. Now, you're looking at this. Now, one thing that I want you to see is this is all multiplying. This is all dividing. So if I multiply by 2 and I divide by 2, isn't that just going to cancel each other out? So really, I have 5 times 13. And honestly, this makes it so we don't have to do it quite as many times to show you all the different ways. 13 times 5 times 3.14 make sure I did everything right, because if you notice in your book, I probably got something different than what they did. Ta-dun, 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 ta-dun. We could have did circumference, which is 10 times pi times slant. That would get us lateral. Times 13 divided by 2. Trying to think what I did wrong. If you use this one, you get 130 divided by 2, which is 65 for this one. On this one, I'm getting like 204, and I don't think that's right. It's making me think that the one with the pi in it, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong there. Honestly, it's not really showing me. Well, that's the one I just. No, that's not the one yeah, that's the one I just did there. Did I copy one of them wrong? Yes, that's probably it. The only one else I'm seeing is that one, and I'm not seeing how that one works. So I'm kind of curious about that one, and I'll have to look at that here in a second. The other way to find it is pi rs. So slant height is 13, 3.14. And you want to take that times S. This would be a lateral surface area of a right cone. So we found the lateral surface area there. We're going to find the lateral surface area of a right cone. So you'd have 3.14 roughly. 1/4 times 13 times 5. And that's getting me the same as that did. Okay. Oh, they're leaving it as a 65 pi, that's why. So this one works. This is 204.1 roughly, depending on what you put pi in as. So that's why sometimes you gotta look at some things, because sometimes you don't necessarily look at it correctly. With that being said, though, trying to make sure that I have everything else in order now. You want to find the lateral surface area and the total surface area of this cone. Lateral would be just this. This is your lateral surface area. We need to find the surface area at the bottom, though. Well, how do we find area of a circle? Well, that is going to be pi times r squared. Well, r would be 5. 5 squared is 25. Times that by 3.14 roughly. You're going to get... we'll do what they do. 25 pi. Okay. And honestly, even like up here they leave this as 65 pi. Which when you add these two together, 65 pi and this, you should get about 90 pi. I'm personally the type of person that just type it into my calculator and be done. But this does make sense, I guess. That way when you round, it's at the very end. Then when you multiply that by pi, you should get about 282.6 centimeters. So this is going to be your surface area. And that's another thing. Be careful when you read your directions. I think that was something that was kind of confusing to me. Is I hadn't really looked at it. I was just thinking lateral surface area and trying to go with it. Lateral surface area. Okay. Lateral surface area there. Okay, now I got two practice problems right now. Right now you have find the total surface area of a square pyramid with 5 sides, including 5 inches long and a slant height of 4. Well, you might have to go look at your formulas again. If you remember, we can do this by perimeter times your slanted side. Well, perimeter in this case would be 5, 5, 5, 5, and one more 5 I think, which is 20. 20 times the slanted height, which is 4. Okay, and then you should be able to just divide that by 2. Okay, so you're going to get 80 over 2, which should then get you just 40. And this is one of your practice sets. Let's see. So that would get me my lateral surface area. See, that's why you gotta be careful when you read. So that would get you lateral surface area. We need to get the total surface area. So, I went perimeter and got that. That'd been my lateral surface area, which then what you'd have to figure out is 5 times 5, because that would be your base. So you'd have a base here that's 5 by 5. So that would give me 25 plus 25 equals 65 inches squared. So what you're kind of learning right now is, pay attention to directions. It's going to be key today. Find the lateral surface area of a cone with a diameter of 8 centimeters and a slant height of 12 centimeters. Express this into pi. Okay? So we want to find lateral surface area this time. So we're going to have r. Well, my diameter is 4, so my radius, or my diameter is 8. My radius would be 4. You take that 4 times 12 times pi, so you get 48 pi centimeters squared. Okay. Sorry about that a little bit. I did mess up a couple times there. There's your homework. You got all the odds. If you're in class today, we will probably go over all of it. So it won't be too hard. Okay. Thank you.